Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Sea Power, where I'm not playing Sea Power. Well, I am playing Sea Power, because I actually love doing this. But what I want to do is I want to have a look at the All Your Guam are belong to us missions. Now, I've already made a copy in this folder here. So we've got the blue and the red. I'm going to have a look at the blue side first, because I thought this was the... this was probably the better of the two. But I think... Is this a random spawn chance? It is. Yeah, if this spawns, you're basically bound to lose Task Force B. You are buggered. And I like the submarine and Task Force B, but yeah. What is the range on those SSN 19s? 378 miles. So bloody dangerous. Like, if we get the... like, 3... You can shoot out to there. And Task Force B's right in the stupid zone, I would say. So, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move Task Force B. We're going to move Task Force B back so that they are outside the range of the Kirov initially. And we are going to move K64 so that she kind of knows... So you can still spot Task Force B, but you can't fire on them immediately. I think we should have the B-52 start further back. Actually, no, this is the AWACS, isn't it? So this one, we want you coming in onto your patrol route. And the B-52s, we can have them kind of here, so taking off from Guam, in a way. And then, is the Grayling a random chance? It is. I think she should spawn a little bit closer if you're going to get the Grayling. I want to keep the essence of the mission. The one thing I think it's very strange you don't have is a P3. Particularly because you've got K64 around, maybe, possibly. Also think that these guys, these guys maybe make it a little bit too easy. Also, the range on these guys... Oh, it doesn't really tell you, does it? It's a carrier-launched aircraft, as far as I understand it. Oh, let me just check that, actually. EA-6B. Prowler. Twin engine, 4C. Of course, it won't tell me what the operational range of those things was. Maybe someone in the comments knows, but if it's classified, please don't put it in the comments. I don't want a War Thunder situation. Oh no, here we go. 2,000 nautical miles. Okay, so they definitely could be taking off from Guam. But I'd like to have them actually doing that. So taking off from, or pretending to take off from Guam. So you don't just immediately get info as blue, unless you get the Grayling, which is very, very helpful. Task Force B is not immediately in a pile of shit. I mean, maybe they are, because, I mean, well, hang on. How far away is that? 17 miles? Maybe a little closer. Let's have a going slow. I don't think they have a towed array, but we'll say that it's out anyway. Just so that, you know, K64 is here to keep an eye on Task Force B. And then, yeah, that, I think, makes it a little bit more interesting, because now, if K64 spawns, then the Soviets will know where Task Force B is, but they won't be able to shoot it immediately, but they will be able to shoot it quite quickly, because Kirov just needs to move up a little bit. If they don't have K64, Task Force B has a very dangerous trip to get close enough. As the player, all your air assets are starting back here. Thing is, the Soviets don't really have a response to this. This makes it, if you can get those in position, you've got this. And yeah, the grayling, very helpful. But if you don't have the grayling and you don't necessarily know about the invasion group back here, yeah, I can see that being okay. There are no triggers in this mission. Interesting. No triggers. Really? We add a trigger. Blue victory. Conditions. Add a condition. Kirov sunk. Actually, Soviet ships destroyed. So it's going to be a unit destroyed. Trigger blue victory. This is a blue condition side. So we don't care if K64 is destroyed. We care if the Kirov is destroyed. And we care if 3 landing ships are destroyed. And then this will victory trigger for blue. Send a message. The key Soviet units have been destroyed. Just basically feel free to finish off any remaining escorts and then return to base. And I can't spell. There we go. Cool. And we'll just add a blue trigger just so that it pops up and says, "Hey, you did it. Good job, pal." Can I shorten this? Or no. Us. Oops, daisy. Monrovian edition blue side. Very good. Okay. I think that keeps the spirit of this mission. But just makes it slightly better. Now, this one was not the not the issue. The one I had the most problems with, and the reason I wanted to do this, was actually the red side, because the win trigger, I'm assuming there is a trigger, enter the area to win, right? So you have to get the landing ships here. Now, that's fine, but it's not superb. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move Task Force B back to being inside the invasion zone. And K64... I want you a bit closer than that. You're about there. Going like that. If you get K64, because there's no guarantee. I'm going to leave the trigger as is, but basically I just want things to be a little bit closer. Let's get rid of this range circle, because the Minsk group, which has the Kirov in it. Oops. Yeah, 378. So from them, circle. So we don't want to be that far away. So, oh, did it not attach to them? Sometimes you can get them to actually attach. No. Okay, so let's go from Task Force B instead. Yeah, about 380, right? So I want to start like here. Going to pull these guys back. Going to pull these guys back as well. Let's adjust their patrol route a little bit. Just going to come over here and chill out. The B-52s basically flying straight in, aren't they? Yep. Right, the Minsk group. Let's have them just basically sail to the island. And then the invasion group, we're going to pull them to here. And then the Grayling, if she spawns, we'll have here about there, following with her total rate out so she can see. And let's throw in a fun, because yeah, you could have the Grayling behind you, but what happens if you had a different sturgeon? Let's say the Hammerhead here. This is the Hammerhead. Yes, you might accidentally run into... Well, you're going to run over a submarine, so you're going to have to be on your toes with the ASW a little bit. But basically this means there's less sailing, because things are a bit closer. And I think it would be fun if there was actually something for you to, like, bomb on Guam. Because I found that was a bit dull. So let's put... oh, you could put a Hawk. Interesting. Just stick a radar sight down there. Seems more... switch it on. So you've got something you can go bomb if you want to. Something a little bit more interesting. Maybe like some random like... could put an airbase. Could put an airbase, because the AI won't use it. Or at least they shouldn't. If they do, it could be interesting. But yeah, if we put an airbase in. So if you are playing this and you feel like blowing that up, you can. You don't have any land attack missiles or anything, but you do have the Kirov here, who can... No, not the Kirov. We're talking about the Minsk, who can, with her Yak 38s, you can put them in strike, get some bombs, and go bomb something, and it feel a little bit more like you're actually invading Guam rather than just kind of pissing about. In his area. Right, you don't need to get all of those. You just need to get the landing ships into the invasion zone, and that exits the mission. Guam is ours. Victory trigger red. Perfect. Okay. So just a little bit different. Should be a bit more fun, because there's not quite as much sailing that you have to do. Oh no, the one thing that for red you just don't have is any ability to scout. So if you don't get K64, you really should get some ability to scout. And I think the perfect thing for this would be... Yeah, what about a TU-95R... No, TU-142M in ASW loadout, flying at cruise altitude. With her radars on. Weapons free. Mission is patrol. And so you get a TU-142. That gives you access to actually some ability to see what the hell is out there. Allows you to scout out Task Force B, blow them up with all of your anti-ship missiles, of which you have more than enough. But they can still be a threat to you if you don't see them. The submarines and, yeah, the B-52s, which are still quite hard to deal with because you don't really have any ability to engage them before they get to you. Also, they should be weapons free. Task Force B, I think, are on weapons hold. They should be on weapons free. Radars on all of them, please. And I don't know if any of these have towed arrays, but if you do, you should be using them. Cool. Okay, I think that makes it a little bit better. So this is going to be... Nice. Monrovian edition. There we go. Save. Cool. I will attempt to get this on the workshop. And you can try it for yourself. And there should be a link in the video description to this very set of scenarios. Let me know how you find them compared to the original version. Of course, the developers may well just come and update the scenario by themselves. But for now, hey developers, if you wanna hire me to write scenarios, you just let me know, or to tinker with the scenarios you have written. But yes, I think that will make it a little bit more fun for red and for blue. If you've tried this mission, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Sea Power. Bye for now.